Today we're going to be reading a book. Before we start, let's do a little review, a quick review. We know that on the front cover, we have our title. We also find our author as well as our illustrator. The title of our book is Pete the Cat and his 4 Groovy Buttons. The author is Eric Litwin and the illustrator is James Dean. And we know that the illustrator draws the pictures and the author writes the book. We're also going to be looking at the different patterns in the book because Pete has a color pattern on his shirt with his buttons. So let's see if we can figure it out. Pete the cat put his favorite shirt on with 4 big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his shirt so much, he sang his song. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons, my buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. Let's look at his 4 groovy buttons. Green, blue, green, red. Pop. Oh no. One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? You can count them. 1, 2, 3. We know that 4 minus 1 is 3. Now let's look at our pattern. Blue, green, red. Three groovy buttons. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept singing his song. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. Pop. What you think happened? Oh no. Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 1, 2. That's right. 2. 3 minus 1 equal 2. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no. Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? Right, 1. 1. 2 minus 1, and minus mean take away, equal 1. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My button, my 1 groovy button. My 1 groovy button. Pop! Oh no! The last button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left now? 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt, and what do you think he saw?